Dear sisters, I've been in a relationship with a lady for over 2 years now. About 3 months into the relationship, I realized the guy whom she had described as her friend is actually an ex. I had wanted to quit the relationship, but my heart wouldn't let me. As if that wasn't enough, I later found out that they have been living together for more than 4 years. She told me she didn't love him anymore because this man had cheated on her several times and torturing her emotionally. We were friends before the relationship started, so I understood what she was going through, and I saw myself as the Superman to her rescue. I realized the lies were piling up. She told me she had moved out of the room, but I discovered that it wasn't true. Now she lives in the same room with her relative and the guy in another room, but he comes there almost every day. To complicate things, I have declared my marriage intentions to her father and to my parents. Despite all this, she's hesitating to proceed with the marriage, just as moving out of the room. She tells me she doesn't want to lose me, but now my mind and heart are in conflict. How can she move on emotionally if she remains there? How can she love me and doesn't want to spend the rest of her life with me? Maybe fear. But now, I don't know whether to continue in this predicament or to end the relationship with her. Help me! With 3 exclamation marks. Dun, 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 dun. So it's serious. So gentleman needs help. Sisters. Felicia, why are you smiling? What do you have to say?
It's a complicated issue, but I like to be open-minded about situations. So let's just put all the facts down. So she says that this guy is her friend, but you realize or you find out that he's an ex. I don't see any problem with an ex becoming a friend. Because there are times you find yourself in relationships with people, let's say the opposite sex, and you realize that you guys are just not compatible to live as a couple or to continue as a relationship. But you are better off like business partners or just friends. So it could be, I'm just putting it that way, from the girl's perspective, that they are just friends. The thing about living close together, realistically, you know, when you find yourself in a relationship where the guy comes through for you, or he's more like a breadwinner or takes care of you, and you need to move on from that relationship, it's not straightforward to just get up and pick your bag to leave because we've broken up. Especially if you find yourself in a financial constraint like that, you are not working, your finances are not in place, you have no choice other than hang on to survive. It can be a tricky situation, don't get me wrong, because it can turn out to be intimate. You guys can be having one-off sexual affairs, and now that you have a partner, how does that affect your partner? I wouldn't necessarily say the girl is lying, because this is an assumption, or this is one point of view. This is one person telling us his part of the story. It could be genuinely because the ex is now a friend. It could be genuinely because they had a living arrangement that hasn't come to an end. For instance, we rent a house together for 1 year. We all know how much expensive rent is these days.
But it's a room.
It's a room. So we rent a room. Let's not assume that the people we are dealing with are privileged.
Right. Okay.
Do you understand? So we are all hustling in Accra. We can't afford separate rooms, so we are dating, so we rent a room. Now we've broken up. We've agreed, or we've decided that we can't continue with this intimate or this romantic relationship, but we are friends. We have a living arrangement that, with no choice of ours, might have to continue for a while till I reposition myself to move out. Here's where I find a problem. As a girl in love with a man who is looking to settle with you, you need to have a conversation, a genuine conversation with him to make him feel comfortable about your situation. One, introducing him to the guy, limiting the number of times the guy visits you, because I'm hearing that she's moved to the next room but the guy still visits. You need to make sure that your boyfriend, your current boyfriend, is comfortable with the arrangements you have with your ex. And two, guy, you need to decide where you fit into this whole equation, because if truly they are friends, then you also need to start checking your emotions. You cannot be insecure around your woman, regardless of who he or she is dealing with. I'm just trying to be as open-minded and as realistic as I can be, because until you have hard facts, that's how until I have hard facts. I've seen messages that implicates that you guys are still having an affair. I've caught you in places that I feel suspicious, or I've caught you red-handed. I always like to give you benefit of the doubt, so you prove me right. Because if you love someone, you have to be compassionate. You have to understand. Unless you are willing to move her from that living situation, or unless you feel she is in a position to move from that living arrangement. So, are you getting me?
Yeah.
Rent these days are 2 years. So if I've rented a house or a room with my ex-boyfriend and we've broken up, where am I moving to? If my relatives are outside Accra.
Right.
If I could live with a friend, I wouldn't have come to live with my boyfriend.
Right.
So obviously there is a challenge there. That's why she's living there. So you need to find a way to solve that living
issue.
Problem. If it's an issue, and you are willing to like marry this girl, find a way to solve that issue and see how that turns out. That's my suggestion to you. And two, ask to be introduced to the boy.
Okay.
I like to keep my enemies closer. Anytime I feel threatened by someone, I get closer to them. That way I can interpret their next move. Because then if me and the boy are friends and we watch football and stuff together, we have to watch football, you're telling me you have to do something else, and I can see what is up, then I can start probing and asking questions. I'm not saying you should be besties, but it's not always the best to keep your enemies away. Have to keep an open mind. Take what she's saying to be the real facts and act, because worrying about this thing won't help you if you truly love the girl.
Right.
That's
so Olivia
my point.
I think Olivia has a different view. So Olivia, can you share? I can see it in your eye.
First and foremost, how can you be Superman without balls and be a man at all? Like really, one. The other thing too is, body no be firewood. Thirdly, how did you actually find out that the guy was her ex if she didn't tell you? You've dug around, you found information about this person, and they've been secretive to you. This is somebody I'm sure you're sleeping with. This is somebody you intend marrying, and they can't even come clean with you about their ex-boyfriend. If they have issues about rent problems, like Felicia is saying, like, I should be able to tell my to-be husband that, my guy, Charlie, this is what I'm going through. This is what I used to do. I used to rent an apartment with this guy, A, B, C, and D. So that if I have an alternative or a solution, then I can actually provide a solution. You can't be in the same room, with your ex, and you take a shower, and you come back, and you have to lotion, and he's sitting there. He's been there, done that. You can't convince me that you're in the same room with your ex, and one thing will not lead to the other. You are bored, maybe the lights are off, and Charlie, the scenarios are plenty.
The lights don't have to be off.
Whether the lights are off, the lights are not off. Something will happen. Something is definitely bound to happen. You can't confuse, but be firewood. For me, there's too many, I'm just sick and tired of women using men at their convenience, and this is a clear case of it. Call a spade a spade. She wants to have her cake and eat it. She wants the guy to be there. She wants her ex to be there. She wants the convenience that comes with, probably taking money from this guy, probably getting rent from this guy, probably taking, seriously, if you don't have money, work and get your own money, and you don't have to be dependent on somebody to even share accommodation with them. Doesn't she have parents?
Okay, so
doesn't she?
What if it's a case that they both put money together to live together, just like Felicia said? Obviously, the rent situations in this country is getting crazy every day.
Not a problem, but the thing is, this girl, is her head screwed on properly? That's my first question. Because if her head was screwed on properly and she had intentions and she was genuine about the feelings that she has for this guy, she would have been open about, this is somebody who wants to marry you, for crying out loud. You can't share your house problems with him. Then when you go for an STD or STI, that one you'll be able to share with him. And you're taking your naked off and you're serving this one and servicing that one. That's why I'm saying, if you want to be Superman and you don't have balls, like, the girl did not even tell you. You found out and you're still hanging around. My guy, like, it's Christmas. It's
relax.
I know. So you know what? Breathe. Honey bunny, honestly, I'm not even bashing you. Sometimes I can appreciate that. Sometimes love can sort of make you blind. You can be in love with somebody. Love is blind. Yes. So that, thank you so much for bringing your submissions here. But you know what? Love is not like this. People who genuinely love you, love is kind. Love does not do wrong, treat other people wrongly. Love definitely does not lie. Love definitely does not cheat. Love does not use. This is not what love looks like. Somebody who really loves you come to you and say, babe, I'm going through this problem. Can you help? Having said that, there are also other women who really take undue advantage of men, and that's not what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is that the person should be open enough to tell you. Don't find out the other way that they're cheating on you and still be okay, and you're still here asking us what to do. You are just boyfriend, girlfriend. What will happen when you get married and real challenges come up? What's going to happen? Sure. She can't even keep her panties on while you guys are having just relationship. How much more?
There's no proof that the panties is off yet.
Sweetheart, no. You are in a relationship with your ex. You claim to have broken up and you are ended. You cannot convince me, my dear. It's not a matter of what shows. They once you are in the same room with your ex and you are sleeping in the same room, it's not like, oh, 2 bedrooms and stuff.
You mean that they are sleeping together?
They can be. For me, once you don't tell the truth, right? Once you don't tell the truth, and once you are lying, or once you decide to omit the truth, then it means that something you're not. Okay. You're not.
Rosie.
I honestly don't think he should be in a relationship with her. You want counsel? Listen, do not be in a relationship with that girl. Honestly, I really think you need to move on.
All right.
Honestly,
Rosie, what are your thoughts?
Jackpot, when you're cool.
I heard this one.
See, they are chopping. Let me start. Let me start.
Jackpot means lies, right?
See, let me tell you something. Now, there are relationships that break up because both of you, something happened, sometimes distance and those things, those are amicable. Maybe you didn't even like the person. You grew out of each other, blah, blah, blah. Those relationships, maybe after years of parting, you can become friends. But the reason for the breakup was because he was messing around and da-da-da-da-da. Now, the girl's heart is with the ex.
Thank you.
The girl's heart is with the ex. Mm-hmm. She's around, playing CID at home. To be able to monitor him, to see who he's sleeping with or not sleeping with. And if it's getting too much, he will compensate her with the distance so that the guy can limit his escapades. See, there's a lot happening there. Number 2, a man that you want to get married to, if you can comfortably live with your ex, nothing stops you. Look, some of us don't believe in living in before marriage and all that. But once you could live together with a boyfriend, nothing stops you for telling your fiancé now, who has declared his intentions to your parents and everything, that look, currently the situation, I can't move because I don't have money to rent a space. This is where I am. So worst case scenario, unless I move to your end. She's not even contemplating that. Number 3, the guy has offered to help to marry you. Her mind is not even on the marriage that the man has offered.
I think she's not ready.
She's not ready. She's not interested.
Thank you.
There's a difference between I'm not ready, saying that, look, listen, I'm not ready, maybe I want to earn some money, I want to do this before, something. But she's not interested. Now what she's doing, that she's keeping you as a backup.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens. Now for the man, you are not in love. A man is designed to hunt. The guy is hunting and the hunting is not hunting. He's shooting the arrow and the arrow is dodging the prey. So if for him it's a conquest, I can assure him, if the girl gets truly disappointed in this man and decides to be with him, two things will happen. One, either the marriage will not come on, or two, the marriage will come on and you make the girl suffer. Because you continuously remind the girl how she was sleeping with another man whilst they were dating, sleeping with the other man. Listen, the man, you are not in love. The one who is sending the message, I want to be very frank, you are not in love. You are just disappointed that your shot is not shooting. That your quest to take over this one is not taking over. So that's why you are disappointed. That's why you think you're in love. Because when a man has his eyes set on something and they are not getting it, it comes with a lot of frustration, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. It comes with all of that. But the woman too, she feels like this guy is also chasing me. So she thinks that, oh, this guy there, don't worry. Whatever it is, he'll be there for me. He'll be there for me. Yeah. So she's only trying the luck with this one. Look, the knickers,
I feel like she has his mumu button.
Listen,
she definitely does.
The knickers have dropped.
Press him anyhow.
The knickers have dropped. The Kyoto has dropped.
They don't know where it is.
Everything has dropped. She probably moves around the house and to pay the wedding.
We don't have that fact.
See,
we don't have that fact. Let's deal with
Listen, the thing is that a fact is a fact. You see, things like this, like Olivia said, when it comes to relationships, let's respect ourselves. Because somebody has taken their time and wants to spend their life with you, and vice versa. Let's respect ourselves. Now, I'm putting me in the situation of the man as a woman. Imagine, I find out, not that my boyfriend told me, I find out
that he lives with his
that
girlfriend.
the woman that my boyfriend is living with is his ex. That's for 4 years. 4 years. 4 years, 12 times 4, 48. 48 months. Let's break it down to weeks. Let's break it down to days.
You can give birth.
365 days times 4. Hold on, that's how much? 1,002 plus 130 plus 130. Charlie, do you know how many days that is? You see, that kind of connection that has been formed with that guy, and I find out that this my boyfriend has been living in the same under the same roof with this particular girl and couldn't even tell me that this girl was the ex. That is the red flag.
No, I feel like it's a red flag without not saying.
Yes, and but how would I be convinced?
Even after being caught, you still don't want to move.
Yes, and how would I be convinced? No, hold on. You see, how would I be convinced? Listen, in a relationship, each partner owes it to the other partner
out of respect.
Out of respect to make them feel okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm here and let's say I go out somewhere with you and I come back home at 9. The last thing my husband should think about is that she's messing around.
Yeah.
I should give him that peace of mind and vice versa. When he goes out and it's 10, he's not yet back, I should have that peace of mind that, oh, it's work related or something. Even if for one reason or another he doesn't call, by the way he moves or the way I move. Yeah. The moment you start giving the other party reason for doubt, you're not doing your part as a responsible partner.
Yeah.
So every time you are in a relationship, I keep asking myself, the way they say, what would Jesus do? Ask yourself, how would I feel if this was me? And to be honest with you, I don't have to see evidence. The evidence is that both of you are in the same space. Both of you probably share more hours in a day than even I share with you. Both of you have been intimate for 4 years. Listen, look, for instance, once you have broken a barrier, as an athlete, you want to do a particular race. You've been going. Finally, you break the record. Once you break that record, surpassing that record is just...
Yeah.
You have broken the thing already. That thing is something.
Felicia, I just want to ask,
Yeah.
why do you think, or why do you have the conviction that they are not having sex?
So I'm just trying to say that I'm trying to deal with the facts we have here. We are the same people who sit on the show to advise girls not to drop their knickers. So I want to assume that this girl hasn't dropped her knickers.
Maybe she's not watching the show.
No, I'm just...
No, maybe she didn't, but you also advise to separate yourself from your ex.
Understand that there's a possibility that as much as we believe that dropping your knickers is wrong, there's a lady out there who also believes that dropping your knickers is wrong.
Okay, yes.
So she's not
but
dropping
we've
her
also
knickers.
said separate yourself from your ex. You didn't say that.
What would you do if you were in her position?
Yes.
Yeah. So this thing is neither here nor there. There are men that you tell certain truth and they hold it against you.
So it's not for you.
So yes, even though they are not willing to help. Maybe this girl sees some good in this man and she's like, no, I find myself in this situation. Let me try and deal with this situation before it gets out of hand. Unfortunately, in trying to deal with the situation, this guy has found out
It's Christmas.
that this is the situation I'm in. Let's just try to deal with the facts on the table. That is what I'm trying to do. These are the facts given to us. Let's not make assumptions that they are having sex. I'm saying this because just yesterday I went to fix my nails. And funny enough, there was a conversation about these apprentices and one of the clients about relationship. And she asked, why do you think the man you are with belongs to, like, is your man? One girl made a comment that, I don't know if he's my man, but in my situation, he's the one sponsoring this apprenticeship. He's the one who brought me to Accra. He's the one paying for my room. So moving from him will be a challenge. I can't say I love him or not, but I appreciate what he does for me. And that is the point where I'm coming from. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where someone has helped you so much. You know in your heart that I don't love this man. I want to move on. But you don't see some traits in this other person that, oh, immediately he's going to take you on to help you, as this other one is taking you or is helping you. In dating, you have to be careful how you play your cards. So I believe this girl is trying to be smart to play her cards well. I'm not saying the lying is good, but let's also think sometimes you are forced to lie for your own personal interests.
I keep saying that one thing that I liked about my husband very much, that even before I knew him, we discussed and he knew all my business.
Yeah.
When I'm saying all my business, any boyfriend I've had, he knew.
Yeah.
And he still said, I want to marry you.
Yeah.
And he was okay with it because none of them were flying around me.
Yeah.
None of them were in close proximity. And today, there was a time where he went somewhere and then somebody who knew me way back went to tell that, oh, Rosie, then times this guy said, oh yeah, that one, oh yeah, no one. Yeah, that Eden. Silence. Listen, if somebody is for you and the person is meant to be in your life, when you open up, you see, there's power in opening up to somebody you love, and there's power in truth.
All right, and the truth right now is that
This
we
is not
actually
your
have
cup
to
of
go
tea.
on a break, and
Jano,
we will be right back.
You don't know if they are
Jano.
shagging. You still don't know if they are shagging.
They are doing it.